Hello, Taurus. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, and for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, comments. I appreciate you all. Taurus, this is going to be your April reading. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watchers. If that is you, discern the messages accordingly. Everybody, remember that roles can be reversed. I can't talk plain. I just burnt my tongue a little bit ago on pizza. So I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Anyhow, if you guys have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's going to give you notifications each time a new video gets posted. That way it's keeping you in the loop and it's letting me know what's going on. Not that we're getting those messages out to everybody who needs to see them and hear them, right? If you guys are interested in personal readings, I am available for those, and that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. So Taurus, let's see what is going on for you for the month of April. Let's see what's happening here. Time. Spirit's saying you may be reminiscing upon something as well. Expectation. Maybe something did not meet your expectations from the past. You should have gained some wisdom from whatever the situation was, and this time is probably a space of meditation for you. It could be a meditative aspect where you're needing to sit in some stillness, needing to sit in some silence. It's kind of like looking at your life in a scheme of pictures, of watching how things have happened and transpired from a long period of time, and maybe where you're at right now is not somewhere that you wanted to be, or thought maybe you would be along further in life than where you are in your goals and aspirations as well. There's a bit of a longing surrounding a particular situation, but also recognizing that you are right where you need to be. You know, we tie our expectations to so many things in Taurus. It may, you know, we're all human, right? We expect to have the best, or the, you know, our dreams and whatever it is come to fruition. And that just may have been a struggle for you in the past. Center. It is time to come back into the self. Become part of this awareness, absence. You may be missing something or someone at this time too. You may be recognizing, I think I just said about longing, right? Coming back into that space of center, and with that longing is recognizing maybe things that have been missed opportunities. Time has passed. Looking back again, reevaluating what it is that seems long gone, put it that way. Center, you know, are you hiding behind a mask of falseness for yourself? It's kind of like you're trying not to see things for what they are, or how they are. It can also be just kind of sitting back and not wanting to address certain aspects, and then feeling that longing, that emptiness maybe of a particular situation. Alchemy tells me that everything again is turning out exactly the way that it's supposed to turn out. You know, I want to say you may have had a chance or an opportunity in the past. Maybe you had a different expectation tied to it at some point, right? But now you're recognizing that this absence that has come into play, it's just not supposed to be, and it can leave you feeling a bit sad, a little lonely, a little without. It's almost like the heart center is hollow, if that makes sense. It's a missing, it's a longing for something. So I'm going to say for some of you who have been outside of relationships and things of that nature for some time, you may be reminiscing on past situations that felt good. And, you know, for whatever reason, those cycles have closed out, or you have moved on. And through that, new life is being created, but it doesn't mean that we don't forget, you know, that we forget or we don't miss things from the past, right? So, past conditions, the Ace of Wands, that action. So let's see, for Taurus for the month of April, please, Spirit. Knight of Cups, talking about that loving aspect, right? And then, let's see, future conditions for the month of April, please, Spirit. Sorry, guys, I got a little bit of a headache right now. The Hermit, to go within. So that Ace of Wands can be inspired action. I'm going to take the Three of Swords and the Devil in reverse, recognizing your own toxic patterns, perhaps. Two of Swords. I'm going to take these and we're going to set these to the side since they fell out. Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck there. Taking the blinders off. Needing to take the blinders off. Going back to the Ace of Wands. I'm kind of jumping all over the board. I apologize. The Ace of Wands. Taking some action. I'm hearing from Spirit, sound mind. Right? Needing to step into a space of sound mind. The Knight of Cups. Romantic offers. Romantic gestures. Trying to strike some balance, trying to be a little charismatic in what you're doing in your approach to things. And then this Hermit, it's sending you into a space of needing a timeout for yourself, self-reflecting, self-awareness, sitting with the lessons that you have learned. And that Two of Swords, again, needing to take the blinders off, needing to open yourself up. And I feel like you're getting there, Taurus. It might be a slow process for you right now, through whatever this is that has been ignited in the mind. But you'll get there. You will get there. It's like slow and steady wins the race for you right now. Again, that Three of Swords and that Devil, a recognition to the pain that has been caused in the past, the hurt that you might be sitting with at this time. Maybe calling out to somebody somehow, but it's a very dark energy where I feel like whatever this was split in multiple directions. So the pain came from, it may have been a person, but there were so many situations surrounding it that I feel like there were many avenues of pain and hurt that came from a particular situation. So it wasn't just one straight pierce to the heart per se, as much as it was a whole collective of, and this could be a collection of lifetime hurts and pains that have come to the surface now, and recognizing how it wasn't serving you, or how it needed to serve you, or what it was supposed to do for you, because with the Devil in reverse, it's letting go. Okay, so let's take a look at this Ace of Wands for you guys. Ace of Wands for Taurus, please clarify. You've got the King of Swords, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Chariot. You do have some Virgo energy, Capricorn, and Cancer right now. Ace of Pentacles. Taurus, it's like you're becoming a little more sharp-witted about your, how do I put this? Your thought process as to what it is that gets you into trouble. Put it that way. And I do feel like it's something you're trying to move away from, trying to change how that works for you. You're being very logical about a particular situation that needs to shift and transition. But it's like you're making an action, you're taking an action because you feel boldly sharp-witted in whatever it is that you're doing. But it's still leaving you in a space of, one, Spirit is saying denial, so thank you, Spirit. And number two, it's like, rather than addressing it, you're trying to move away from it. I don't know that you've healed it yet, and that's part of the issue at hand. This Knight of Cups for Taurus, please. The Page of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Swords, the Hanged Man. Eight of Cups on the bottom. You may not be real happy with your options right now. It's like you recognize the need for love, Taurus, interestingly enough. I know some of you guys don't dive too far into that, but still. But it's like, again, you may be seeing something one way, another person may be seeing something another way, and it's like the truth of the matter is somewhere in there, there's this mixed perspective, and it's leaving you feeling emotionally void. So maybe you could have been dealing with somebody in the past. This could be somebody now that's in your energy right now that you're just not quite on the same page. You're coming at it from a loving approach, perhaps. They're coming out of it not so much in a loving space, but rather with a moment of truth for you, whatever that truth might be in particular. I'm not sure. But it's needing to gain some insight into a situation. You may feel like something has left you in that space of longing. Maybe something has left you in that space of just being at a complete standstill. That Hanged Man, it's time to release whatever this is. That Six of Wands. giving yourself a space for new opportunity and growth to come through. Some new creative processes that are going to open you up rather than you sitting in this space of longing. One more card, please, Spirit. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It did not come to fruition the way you thought that it would. You may feel as if somebody became cold or detached at some point, but it freed you. But even through that freeing aspect, it's also like, now what do I do? So it's like more questions and answers. Six of Cups. This could have been a soulmate connection. This could have been a soulmate energy. Children could have been involved in this, but it wasn't meant to necessarily stick with you on the surface and the 3D as much as it was meant to teach you how to have roots, meaning to teach you the depth of your circumstances surrounding you, the depth of their circumstances surrounding them. It was meant to give you a better understanding of what your stability needed to look like for you and vice versa. So very different types of energies. Usually not ones that I see. Seven of Swords. You know, that guy, Seven of Pentacles, almost had it all, huh? Seven of Swords, some lying, cheating, maybe feeling like somebody lied, cheated to, you know, on you, took something from you, teaching you to be a bit abrasive from time to time. That's Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit, again, and then the Mother of Cups. You may, for whatever reason I'm seeing this is, may have walked off with what you consider to be your pentacles. So I'm not quite sure what that's about for each of you individually. But at some point, somebody stopped putting love into a situation. They didn't have anything left to give, whether that was you or your person, Taurus. I don't know. But it's like you can never quite get there. So it was close. Whatever this situation is, it got close. But it just wasn't meant to be at the end of the day. So it's like sleeping with one eye open now. And it's almost self-deceptive in a sense. Like there may have been a lot of things about the foundational energy surrounding this, as we've seen that Six of Cups underneath there. And to me, Six of Cups is more karmic kind of stuff, right? But, you know, fours being our foundations. But to me, it was about the roots. The roots, the way this is depicted in this particular deck. The roots of what you were gaining, what was to have life breathed into, or what it was supposed to breathe life into. There we go. I can't talk plain today. But it was meant to show you something, and I feel like you think it was more a deception. I don't know that it was a deception. It was like everything got turned upside down, got flip-flopped, right? What is the Seven of Swords, Spirit? What is the Seven of Swords about? The Three of Swords, because you got your heart broke. There's that Three of Swords times 2. King of Cups, you could be dealing with a Scorpio or Libra there too as well. Taurus, you know, it's like this. I don't know that, and I'm not discrediting anybody's experience whatsoever, because your experience is your experience and it deserves to be validated for the way you've experienced it, right? But what I'm going to say is this, and discern this message accordingly. At least ask yourself the question and then make the decision on how it works for you. Was it just the pain of the loss, or was it because someone actually did take something from you? You know, or were you taking it from yourself? The Strength card of Leo, August of last year could have been time markers for you guys. And then you've got the Eight of Pentacles. And we've got the Fool underneath there. Somebody had to make a courageous choice to put their time, energy, and attention into something there. And I'm going to leave those there. Eight of Cups, and they may have walked away. They may have made a conscious choice to get up and take a leap of faith elsewhere. And it took a lot of courage and strength for them to do this. And with this Three of Swords that's sitting on your side, I feel like you became very bare and exposed in your emotions. And you know, talking about this time, expectation, center, and this absence, this may be what is coming back to the surface right now. You know, when we step outside of the moon, there's no more illusion. You know, we're faced with the raw grit of our feelings and our reality when the moon is in the reverse position. And then with that Nine of Pentacles, you might have felt a little off kiltered, a little off balance, and you've got the Nine of Swords underneath that. 10 of Swords in reverse, and the Lovers in reverse. Gemini energy, and the moon being a Pisces or Cancer, however you decide to go with that. But for you, Taurus, it really knocked you off balance. For some of you, you may have not already been in a state of balance For others of you, you may have been, and it really did a number to you somehow. So it's like, you know, being up at night, overthinking, not sleeping, you know, pacing the floor, whatever you want to call it, worrying about how this ever came to be is how this feels to me. So let's move on to the Hermit. What is going on? Judgment, decision. You got to make a decision to move forward, and I think you are with that King of Swords and the Son of Pentacles, and there you are, Taurus, as far as I'm concerned. Where you're recognizing that moving on and moving forward, it's like it's whatever this is has freed you from something. And that five of wands in the reverse position, it has freed you up to something, to take decisive action for yourself, to be more assertive about what it is that you need to do for you. This is kind of going back to the self, and I've kind of been preaching this, I feel like, all day long to all the signs so far. But it's like, I almost feel like that Five of Wands in the reverse is kind of inner conflict between the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Like, do you want to stay in the King of Wands, I'm sorry, the King of Wands energy, or kind of, it's like you're trying to make a decision as to who you want to be moving forward with this Hermit, where you've learned the lessons. I think like the younger person in you kind of wants to kick back and like buck back some force in some way. The other part of you is like, it's time to level up, assert myself, stand in my passion and my energy to find the drive to move forward. And it's kind of like that Judgment is telling me there's a decision between the two. So there's a little bit of internal conflict still. Feeling a little self-defeated when it comes to aspects of that as well. So this Two of Swords, what is this Two of Swords, please, Spirit, for Taurus for April? Two of Swords for Taurus. Kind of like what she's got on her arm on this card kind of reminds me of the scales in the Justice card. We've got Temperance, balancing out our emotions, the duality of things, finding a way to calm our anger and soothe ourselves is how that's coming across. The card is Sagittarius there, Hierophant, there you are on the bottom of the deck, Taurus. It's meant to spiritually make you change, is how this, again, how this feels to me. I don't know what the hell is going on up there. Empress, you are going to stand into your power in due time. For some of you, Spirit just said trying to find your Empress, and then I said about the Justice, the scales in the original deck anyhow, but in this one, that's what it looks like. But again, the Justice cards, things are balancing out for you. Don't be so hard on yourself. Allow yourself to feel good when you feel good. You know, make yourself feel good if you can. I don't know what the hell is happening up there. And there you are, Taurus, the Hierophant. And I feel like, too, in that you're still going back and forth about the spiritual lessons. Five of Pentacles. You may be really kind of kicking your own ass when it comes to certain things right now. Don't do that. Don't do that. So you have some situations, some regrets, some loss, some, you know, you're feeling without for a little while. But it's also a recognition and understanding why you feel the way you do. Where does that come from? How did it ever happen to begin with? What is it that you feel like you're lacking? Make amends. You know, with that regret and stuff like that, you can make amends if you want to. That's, you know, that choice is yours to be had. I'm not saying you have to, but, you know, there's that Judgment card, that choice. You have the choice as to what you're going to do and how you're going to go about it. This Three of Swords with the Devil. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, the High Priestess. You know exactly, the Eight of Pentacles, you know exactly what this heartbreak is, what this pain was. Two of Cups underneath, Page of Wands, the Sun. Do I think whatever this situation is had promise at one point? Yes. Yeah, I absolutely believe it does. But you also knew that it was going to require hard work and a lot of effort. Somebody at some point got caught up in failing to do the hard work and the hard effort is how this, you know, shows itself. And the High Priestess is, there was that inner knowing. You knew this. There was something about the foundation of it all that was built on faulty ground. I don't have the Tower here, but even at that, you know, it's very apparent that what could have been very happy, very loving, very supportive, at some point got flipped upside down. Even though I feel like if this is you and another person, third party kind of stuff, so it could have been any situation outside of you know, home space or whatever the relationship or situation was, really caused an interference, which seems to have let everybody down somehow. Oh, Taurus. Goodness, too many cards, guys. Let's see. Six of Swords. Yeah. There needed to be a space of, I'm just going to take these. There needed to be a space of healing, to reignite anything, but instead it was like everybody made a decision to move on and move forward. And it was manifest. The Three of Swords again. That's the third time. 3 different decks, and it's come out every single time. It was disappointment after disappointment after disappointment after letdown after letdown after letdown. And somebody had to make a move, whether it was both parties, both sides, both whatevers, or one or the other. You know, the action of leaving, moving on to calmer shores, calmer waters, whatever you want to call it, stepping into this rainbow energy and moving out and away from this Three of Swords had to happen. Because it was too repetitive. Learning the same lessons over and over again and nothing was changing. So, you know, it's, what do they call that? Insanity? The definition of insanity, right? All right, Taurus. Don't let yourself sit in this, okay? You move on, move forward, move upwards in the light. You know, that Hierophant, I've seen him try to come out a couple of times. This is spiritual lessons. This is the universe kicking your ass a little bit, making you trying to make you wake up and see what not to do again. What not to do again. All right, Spirit, for Taurus, please. What is Taurus's advice? Awakening genius, endless possibilities. If you've learned your lessons from that cycle, you're gonna, geez Louise, you're gonna be able to take home with you a lot of valuable insight moving forward. And I say take home, it's, you know, taking it forward in your daily life as well. So, you know, again, pay attention to that. Tender embrace beyond the ordinary. You know, maybe something did come into play, and I can tell you too, this may be something that's at hand. It may be something that you're not expecting moving forward, but you're going to get yourself out of this energy of, you know, loss and what have you. You may be wanting to extend an offer at this time as well. So kick up your heels, Taurus. What is the advice for Taurus, please, Spirit? What is the advice for Taurus? A grand symphony. For some reason, it's almost like I'm hearing, ears wide open, I was going to say, you're hearing particular music. So it's like, it may just pertain that you may be reminiscing on some old songs, some old memories that may spark and ignite some of this nostalgia, going back in time, reviewing things. So music may play a very integral part in, it's almost like healing you though. Great Big Love. Uncharted Sea. I'm telling you, Taurus, something new is coming in. It may not be as you expected. The uncharted sea is something that we're not familiar with, right? You may find love in a completely different world that you were not anticipating. So, you know, let things open up. And this love could be in various, they're telling me various forms as well. So, let's see. And body and soul. Getting back to, again, right over top of that center. Body and soul, it is the self. It is reestablishing, and pardon me, the phone is in the other room. Of transforming, you know, there's that lotus, there's that dragonfly. They're both representation of transformation of the body and the soul. Again, learning those spiritual lessons from this close encounter that you had. It might have been the closest thing, and I feel like at some point in one of your readings, I may have said this before. So this may be something that's still, you're still in the process of healing, and we can have that healing go on for a prolonged period of time as well, okay? And in this willing release, it's okay to let go, you know, make your wishes, send love, send whatever it is, you know, in good hope, good faith, that this was your catalyst for change. Take it for what it is. Allow it to change you so that you can open up to the next step of this great big love, whatever this is for you, whoever this might be for you, right? But you're being asked to pay attention to this right now for a reason. So if there's somebody coming into your life, you know, it's very important that you recognize patterns, traits, behaviors, red flags, yellow flags, green flags, whatever, from the past, so that you don't repeat this. 5, it's asking you to change. It's asking you to change how you've done things before. So be aware of that, okay? All right, Taurus, that's your reading. I hope you found that it resonates for you. If you guys found that this video did, please hit that like button. You can subscribe, share, comment. I can't even think anymore. My brain's like, ah. But Taurus, thank you for, you know, subscribing and doing all the things that you do to support the channel. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Take care of yourselves. Sending you love and light and all the good stuff. And chin up, Buttercup. Like, it's gonna be all right. So you guys take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye.